So I want to talk about something that has genuinely changed how I approach content research, because if you are using AI tools like Claude to write scripts, generate ideas, or build content systems, there is still one piece of the puzzle that AI alone cannot solve, and that is knowing what is actually working right now on short-form video before everyone else figures it out. Here is the reality of where most creators are right now. You open Claude, you ask it to write you a hook, you get something that sounds good, you post it, and it performs okay but nothing special, and you cannot figure out why. The AI is capable, the writing is solid, but the content is not breaking through. And the reason almost always is that the input was generic. You asked for a good hook without telling Claude what kind of hooks are actually stopping people from scrolling in your specific niche right now this week. You gave it no signal, so it gave you average output. The creators who are getting genuinely strong results from AI tools right now are not using better prompts. They are using better data. They are feeding Claude real intelligence, actual trend signals, breakout hook patterns, competitor angles that are outperforming at this exact moment, and then letting the AI build on top of that foundation. The difference in what comes out is not subtle. It is significant, and it is the workflow shift that separates content that performs from content that gets ignored. That is exactly where Verlo comes into my process and why I start here before I open Claude for almost any content research task. Verlo is a social listening platform built specifically for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. You set up your niche AI tools, content creation, e-commerce, whatever your space is, and Verlo monitors those platforms continuously using what they call content research agents. These agents scrape and analyze short-form content 24 hours a day and flag outlier content as it breaks through. Not after it has already gone viral and every other creator has copied the format, before it peaks. While there is still a meaningful window to move on that format first and be one of the creators your audience sees doing it early, rather than one of 50 people doing the same thing 2 weeks later. The outlier detection is the feature I find most useful in my actual workflow. Verlo surfaces which videos are massively outperforming their baseline. We are talking 12 times above normal performance for that creator or niche, and shows you exactly what is driving the breakout: the hook structure, the format, the emotional angle, the pacing. For my workflow specifically, I use Verlo to identify a breakout hook format in my niche, understand why it is resonating with the audience, and then bring that specific context to Claude. Instead of saying, write me a hook about AI tools, I am saying, here is a hook structure that is currently generating 12 times normal engagement in the AI tools niche. Here is the emotional trigger it uses. Here is the audience response pattern. Now build me 5 variations of this for my specific topic. The output quality difference is not subtle. When Claude has real trend intelligence as its context, it produces significantly better content than when it is working from nothing. The tracking center is worth spending time on as well. You paste any creator URL, a competitor, someone you want to learn from, anyone relevant to your niche, and Verlo starts collecting daily snapshots of their follower growth, view counts, engagement patterns, and posting frequency. The AI analysis layer on top of that breaks down their hook styles, identifies which content is driving their growth, and gives you actionable takeaways you can apply to your own strategy. For anyone trying to understand what is working in their space before deciding what to create next, it is the fastest and most organized research workflow I have come across. It also integrates with Slack, Discord, Zapier, and N8N, which means if you have built any kind of AI automation stack for your content workflow, you can pipe Verlo trend alerts directly into those systems. The API is there as well if you are building anything custom on top of real-time short-form trend data. Several developers in the creator tool space are already using it. Trusted by over 1,700 teams, including WatchMojo, AppSumo, and WAP. Harvard, New, and Columbia are running it for research. That range of users tells you something about how broadly useful the underlying data actually is. 7-day free trial to start. Starter plan is $49 a month after that. Pro is $199 and includes team seats, Slack and Discord alerts, and Zapier integration. The link is in the description. Go set up your first niche, spend 15 minutes with the outlier data, and see what happens when you feed Claude real trend intelligence instead of a blank prompt. The content you produce after that conversation will not look the same as what you were making before it.